Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the recap and review of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. WTF indeed. Now before I start the actual review, I'm just going to go over a few overview things. First of all, this premiere was the lowest rated NCIS has had in 6 years, so I think that's since season 5. Secondly, a lot of people did not like this episode, and even though I liked it, I can see where they're coming from, but I'm going to talk about that later. So for now, let us just dive into Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Seems like just yesterday I was making the video on the title. So basically, the episode starts out with Parsons at this Navy ballroom event, and he's talking to Tom Morrow. Still can't get over that name. He's like, listen, Gibbs needs to be scolded, so give him to me. And they're like, no, mission. And then he walks in and Parsons walking away angrily, and then the place blows up. Okay. Cody's still in the theme song, but it's the exact same theme song from season 10, so I'm assuming I'm gonna change that. But for now, it was nice, because I wasn't ready for a special guest star quite yet. Seknav is dead! Out of all the things I was expecting from Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, this was certainly not it. That was a genuine shock, and I'm glad that they kept those, because I had no idea. Basically, a man named Navy Lieutenant McBride got too close to identifying a new terrorist cell, and now he's dead. Ooh. And then we get this scene, and it's, if you typed in Fluffy Tiva fanfiction, you would find this scene. I think this exactly is what would come up. So basically, Tony wakes up, and he had just missed a video call from Ziva, and they start instant messaging each other like a couple of 15-year-olds. It's literally like a 15-year-old couple about to go on their first date, and he's like, I'll MySpace you later, babe, and she's like, can't wait, smiley face, XOXO. That was a joke, but she actually does that. It's a little out of character, and it's a little ridiculous, and it's incredibly fanfiction-y and fluffy, and God knows what else, especially with the like, I'm thinking about you, count to 1,000,000, I'll be right there. They're working with what they got. The fandom is used to Tony and Ziva working at this really languid pace, and then suddenly they're moving at the pace of a normal couple, and we don't know how to react to that. So I think that's why it felt so weird, that it was suddenly just like this jump. I thought I missed something. I thought they like became a couple, and I just wasn't aware of it because they were so outright coupley. They are usually like, they're like, oh, you're so married, but this one wasn't even like married. This was like couple. Like this was like, you guys are officially a couple. Did I not get the memo? Did you guys not get the memo? It was cute. It's a lot of character, but it was fluffy, and I liked it, and I squealed a lot. Then we meet Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. Delilah keeps giving McGee like this really sensitive information, and she's like, well, I could get in real trouble for this. Never stopped you before. So then Abby walks in and makes sure everything's okay and gives Delilah the look over. Abby gets the rep for being really sweet, and she is really sweet, but to new people, she is not. Like, we cannot gloss over the fact any longer. To new people, she can be a bit catty. Then Gibbs and Vance have a nice little scene. And then Vance is like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. And then if Gibbs pulls Vance into an embrace and there's overwhelming romantic tension, it's probably a replica of Swan Song. And then Gibbs is in Iran, and suddenly he's like getting shot up, and then Parsons drives by in his evening best and is like, get in, loser, we're keeping you alive. I kind of like Parsons now. He's kind of funny. I don't know. I like him. Watch him be like this evil mastermind. I trusted you. I gave you that second chance, Parsons. Don't let me down. Gibbs team knows too much. This was all a setup. No. Parsons finally acknowledges that sometimes people do the wrong things for the right reasons. Yay, the moral of the arc. Bless you, Parsons. You finally only took 4 episodes. And then Ducky walks into Autopsy, and there's this guy just chilling on the computer, and he's like not even running. He's like, he's taking his time. Did you really think that this escape plan was gonna work? And then Ducky bashes him over the head with like a metal tin. Frying pans, metal bowls, they are all good sources of weaponry. Make sure to keep that in mind. So then as Tony's about to travel across the world, he stops to consult a goldfish named after his dead coworker for relationship advice. And then it gets weird. So then Tony's apartment's getting shot up, but all I can think about is, oh my god, I hope the fish is okay. I don't think we can take it if Kate dies twice. Then DiNozzo and Vance are like drinking buddies, and they have a little thing going on where it's like, yeah, you're going to Israel. Yeah, I was going to Israel. Yeah. It's like a little post near-death experience man cave moment, if those happen often. And then Tony says he'll travel for good hummus. Okay. Oh, stop. And then Vance is talking to Gibbs and Parsons and MTAC, and Gibbs gives Parsons this little punch on the shoulder, and it's so cute. I kind of want to just... It was so cute! Then we find out that McBride returned to the United States with his head. Good job. And then DiNozzo's dreaming about Ziva cradling Chinese food. And then we meet Murray. Murray seems like a fun guy. I don't know what his purpose is. Is this like to get us like prepared for all these like agents coming in and testing things out? Cause I don't know. I wasn't feeling Murray. Oh my god. Palmer's slide. I'm glad DiNozzo like brought up the swirly font because it was bugging me so much. I hate when people do that to like their PowerPoints when it takes like 25 freaking minutes to get through one slide because they're like, alright, let's swirl this text and we'll like, you know, like play funkadelic music over this text. Like, you're doing a report on the American Revolution. Like, can we not do this? Luckily, that stops. I like that they still reference the whole thing with Diane with McGee. That was a nice touch. I support it. So then basically terrorists are blowing things up so the industries can get more work done, and Homeland has known about this since day one, so Vance bursts right in to Tom Morrow's hospital room with a vengeance. And then Tom Morrow's like, I hope you heard, I'm not gonna lose my leg. And then Vance is like, I don't care you're keeping all your limbs, this is my team, darn it. And then Vance is really angry and Tom has to talk about how the lines get blurred, and then Robin Thicke walks in with a couple of half-naked girls, and I just had to kind of skip through the rest of the scene. I like how Vance refers to Gibbs' team as his team, like screw all these other teams at the agency, we have a television show to run. Then Ziva's in danger because Eli knew too much, so then therefore they think Ziva knows too much. I think it's so strange that as Cody's leaving, Ziva has to hide from this terrorist so she might not be around for a while. Isn't that super ironic? Wow. And then back at the bullpen, Gibbs gets back and McGee's trying to set up this secure email, yada yada yada. And then I hate this so much. They make it look like Ziva's about to walk in because they all turn their heads with like this expression. And it's Parsons. Really? You're not who I wanted to see. And then Gibbs slaps him on the back. Man, he's like punching him on the shoulder, slapping him on the back. But head slaps can only be achieved through greatness, and you're just not at that level yet. Sorry, Dick. There's a lot of funny things with Parsons, and I dig it. I like it a lot. So then Vance wants to get a badge to Ziva, but they have to find a secure way to do it, and they're talking about Shmuel, and Tony says the man of Shmuel. And I think like it was supposed to be like a reference to the Man of Steel, but that line just is so weird to me. I don't know. I thought I would just throw that in there. Then Adam's back. Yeah, no. DiNozzo and Adam have this talk, and I really like it because it's like so tension-filled and everything. But at one point, Adam's like, I know you don't like me, and DiNozzo's like, yeah, I don't. When did they come out and like admit that they don't like each other? I know it was implied a little bit that Adam wasn't that fond of Tony, and after the whole thing with Ziva, we know Tony didn't like Adam, but when did they ever like confront each other about that? I didn't get that part, but there's only so much time in an episode, we gotta make things work. And then from the minute Fornell and Gibbs realize that it's Captain Wayne, that guy from the finale, everything is kind of rushed, and they asked McGee how his writing is, and they like, then they show a cake, and like, you cannot blame me, like, I really thought they wrote something on the cake, like, happy 6th birthday, P.S. your dad's working with terrorists, smiley face. That's Ziva's mark, Ziva added the smiley face. And then Parsons meets DiNozzo in the elevator and stops him, and he's like, I have all these files on Ziva, and then DiNozzo's like, I don't trust you, and then Parsons like, listen man, I'm trying really hard to get you laid, you gotta work with me. And then DiNozzo's like, fine, I'll check up on it, and then walks out. Gibbs and Fornell are so cute, they have each other's back, and they're like, I can't describe it, but you know, like, they definitely have that best friend atmosphere relationship going on, and it's so cute, and they have each other's backs, and I love them so much. Can please? More of them, please? Then they find this terrorist group in Arizona that has everyone's pictures on the wall, and then, I don't know why I just sang. Yeah. So then Adam and all these other people rush into the farmhouse and they find a stack of dead bodies, so Ziva must have been there. We find that she left her Star of David necklace, and then this song starts playing, this song which is physically trying to kill me. Whoever picks the songs out for NCIS does amazingly well, because every song is so accurate with like the lyrics and the tone. They're so wonderful. Good job. This is like the job you were born to have. What is the song called? I can't remember what the song is called, but I'll put it in the description because it's actually a really, really nice song. And I can't stop listening to it. So that's a thing, that's an issue I'll have to work out. And then it ends with Tony like, where are you, Ziva? And it's, once again, it's cheesy and it's ridiculous, but I like it. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for that. So yeah, that was Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I think the main problem that people were having with this episode is that it was lacking two things, Ziva and payoff. There was a lot of build-up, but I think the payoff is coming in part 2. And Ziva, we heard her voice and we saw her face, but that was it. So I kind of feel a little cheated that they told us 2 episodes because it was just kind of one. She's in the next episode, that's it. That's like me uploading a video of just my face, like staring at you guys and occasionally being like, hey, you guys awake? Smiley face, XO. Upload. That's what it is. I accidentally got, what website did I just accidentally get on? Oh god. I think they did kind of hint at it though that she wouldn't be in the episode much, but still. I liked it. It wasn't the best premiere, but I don't think it was bad in any way. Just the way I didn't think Damned If You Do was the best finale, but I didn't dislike it. I've said this a bunch of times. I think some episodes are good episodes, but they're not just fantastic openers or closers. I think we have to wait until part 2 comes out to really judge this episode as a whole. I'm so pumped to do the spoilers and theories video for past, present, and future. And I cannot wait to talk about the promo because we know nothing too revealing ever gets put in the promos, right? Certainly wouldn't cause any reactions like this. Right? I wish there was like an NCIS convention where we could all just come in and stand in a circle and hold hands while watching this episode. Just only admission would be a box of tissues and a sheet of cupcakes. So, can that please happen? Can we just like schedule that really fast? So it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'm gonna skedaddle. Yeah, this is Sarah saying sayonara. So proud of that alliteration. Goodbye. Why do I always whisper goodbye? That's so creepy. Goodbye, all. Have a swell night.